What's good, social media family? It's your boy Kayla Robinson. I'm coming at y'all with some tips to help people with like carpal tunnel or like people that like have tendonitis or little things or anything that's flaring up. For me, years ago, like I used to have this really bad pain. I couldn't stretch my hands out. It hurt to play. It hurt to do like a lot of different things, even to like play video games. So these are a couple tips that I learned for myself. So hopefully this help you guys. So the first tip is rubber pads, especially for drummers. Stay completely away from rubber pads. Like even now, sometimes when you trying to go, like hard on the rubber pads, you feel all that shot going all through your arm, and that's no good. It's a lot of drummers that's on forums and actual professional musicians that's like, yeah, no, like the rubber pads that be on like those Yamaha electric kits, like I stay far away from them. So if you have to warm up, especially when you trying to warm up the sticks, I recommend using like the mesh pads. Like it's mesh pads are more of a thing nowadays that you can even put them on your drum set, or a mesh pad that like Remo makes, like with the Remo mesh practice pads. I will use those. I use pillows or even like thicker notebooks that's not hard on the top, because it's basically like playing on brick. It doesn't do good for you, and it wasn't doing any good for me. The next one is proper technique, motion, and the stick size. So I kind of like put all three of those together. So for me, if you're playing like in a stadium or you're playing in a place where you need to play hard, but you're trying to play with like some 7As, you're going to overextend your hands. If you're trying to, it's just like, okay, the heavier the person, the heavier the impact, or the more muscle, most of the time, the more that you can lift, right? So it's the same applies. It's like you just can't get that sound that you're looking for, and you just trying to belt your way at trying to get the sound, and it don't work. So it's, even if you just look at your motion in your hands, like you have this motion here, but if you're trying to overextend that, you're just killing all this. Or even like shaking hand, this is even less motion. Like your French grip, from like your German grip to this grip. No, this is your German grip, this is your American grip, and this is your French grip, right? So overextending that, I would rather play some bigger sticks if I need to play heavier and have less motion, but I still have the same sound and fatness, versus me playing some 7As and I'm having to play up here, because even with good technique, you're gonna have to like hit hard. So motion comes with that too. If learning how to play with motion, with like everybody knows, kind of like the molar, versus just trying to muscle the notes out. Like you can just see in my arms where I'm stressing out versus doing this, right? Or even just playing with my fingers versus, again, you can tell how stressed I am in one and how relaxed I am with one, right? All right, my third tip would be don't sleep on your hands. That's an easy one. Even now, every time I love to sleep on my side, or love to sleep like face first. So like every time I wake up and I sleep on my hands, I have like a sensation, or my hands don't feel as strong as it would be if I wasn't sleeping on my hands. But it kind of makes, it's like common sense. It's like, okay, I'm not big, but I have 170 pounds of weight on this hand and this arm and this shoulder for 6 hours. That doesn't make sense. 4 hours to 8 hours. So I'm applying this pressure on my hands and my arm. So of course it won't be as strong. So if there's a way that you can, like, all right, I'm gonna discipline myself to not sleep on this hand or this arm. Okay, I try to sleep on my back. I know it'd be hard, or try to sleep in a different way, position yourself. I would highly recommend it. Tip number 4 would be to stretch. If it hurts to stretch, don't do it. Like for me, it used to be where I couldn't do this or like that or like stuff like this. It would hurt really bad. So if it does hurt, recover, go see a doctor, do what you have to do. But if it really doesn't hurt, just do little stretches like these or these. You know, you see stuff like this. So you're just stretching. So a lot of stretch is just like working out. Basketball players warming up. It's like you trying to do 360 dunks and you just woke up, you might pull something, you know. So it's the same as music. You know, musicians, we don't really think like that. It's just like, okay, we're gonna wake up and just start playing. But no, you should warm your body up. I saw that with Virgil Donati, like when I was a kid, like he would be warming up like an hour, 2 hours on drums before he even got on like stage. Like he in full blown sweat. So like I'm taking that from like drummers like that actually sit there for like a period of time and actually play, like building up to like what their performance is going to be like versus playing the performance right out the gate. So I take that with like people in sports. It's like, okay, they don't just wake up, all right, I'm about to get on the football field and start trucking people. No, they go to the gym, they start stretching, they eat a certain meal, they have a whole routine. So musicians, we should do the same. Yo, thank you for watching my 5 tips on how to prevent stress on the wrist and hands. If you want to talk about this more, reach out to me on Instagram at DrumGenieRobinson or Caleb Robinson on Facebook. But I made it easier for you. You can just hit the link tree in my bio and everything is there set up for you. So y'all, have a blessed day.